you. Good morning, my dear students. Good morning to all. So today we will discuss about another classification of industrial robots based on control systems. So last class we discussed about the classification of industrial robots. So based on coordinate system, which are polar coordinate industrial robots, cylindrical coordinates industrial robots, so jointed arm robots, okay, spherical coordinates robots. Okay. So here, so there are other kinds of classification of industrial robots based on control system. Okay, before going to this classification, so let me tell you the Scarrow robot. Scarrow robot, it is an example of automated, jointed arm robot. So the SCARA, SCARA. So the abbreviation of this SCARA, it is Selective Compliance Assembly Robot Arm. Selective Compliance Assembly of Robot Arm. So this robot, which has shoulder and elbow joints, rotate about vertical axis. Rotate about vertical axis. Okay, so this is the robot. So at the shoulder, so this is the vertical axis. At the elbow joint, so this is another vertical axis. About these two vertical axes, shoulder and elbow joints rotate. Shoulder and elbow joint rotate vertical axis. Okay. So this robo has a sufficient rigidity in vertical direction. Okay. We cannot adjust its height in vertical direction, but it has some sufficient rigidity in vertical direction. But it has compliance in the horizontal plane direction. So that means, so the robo can be stretched in horizontal plane, along the horizontal plane. Okay. So this robo, it is ideal for assembling applications. Okay. So this robo, which was designed by Japanese in 1950s, that time. Okay. So this robot it is extensively used for assembling operations. Okay. Now let us go to another classification of industrial robots. So based on control systems, which are again four kinds of robots: limited sequence robots, playback robots with point-to-point control, playback robots with continuous path control, so intelligent robots. Okay. So one by one, let us discuss. So limited sequence robots. So these robots, which are especially used for pick and place operations, So these types, these kinds of robots are having pneumatically activated driving system. So this kind of robots, it's a drive. The driving system is used in this robots are pneumatically activated driving systems. Okay, so no electric driving systems, no hydraulic driving systems. Okay. Only pneumatical driving system. So these robots which are having lowest level of control. Okay. So the control system in these robots are very limited. Okay, it is just like our mechanical mechanical mission. Okay, so in this kind of robots, so there are which are controlled by limit switches and mechanical stops. Okay, with this method of control, we are using this robot. So the individual joints can only be moved to their extreme limits of travel. Okay, so individual joints can only be moved, and the controllers are backboard or stepping switch or other sequencing devices. Okay, so these are no kind of controllers, backboard, stepping switch, sequencing devices. Okay, so low level controllers. So these controllers, so they can send the signals to each of the actuators to operate the robot in the proper sequence. Okay. And here there are no feedback devices. I mean, it means that there are no sensors are used in these robots. Okay, so feedback devices are sensors which are used to whether the robot is has moved to desired position or not. You can know that if you have feedback devices. So the application of this kind of robot is a significant place operation. Okay, next playback robot. So here this robot has a sufficient controller system. Okay, so this kind of robot, it is first guided by an operator to a sequence of actions. So then, if we play it, that robot can repeat the same actions automatically. So so whatever the actions an operator has given to the robot, so that actions are recorded in the controller system. So based on that action, based on the recorded controller action, sequence of actions, so that robot repeatedly do the actions automatically. So there are okay. So these robots use more sophisticated control unit, in which a series of positions or motions are taught to the robot, recorded into memory, and then repeated by the robot under its own control. Okay, so here the procedure of teaching and recording into memory is referred to as programming the robot. So here in this playback robot, we are actually using the programs. Okay, and so here playback robots have some form of servo controllers, which are closed loop feedback system controllers. Okay, so by this control system, we can choose the position achieved by the robot is same as the position have been taught. Okay, so the position. The position which has been taught to the robot through program. Okay, so here the closed loop feedback system. So it always checks the position of the robot, whether it reaches the desired position or not. So the servo controllers are mainly works on this kind of actions. So there are two types of playback robots: point-to-point control robots, continuous path control robots. Okay, so what is point-to-point control robot? So, for example, let us take one application of this robot. So that is, for example, take a lathe machine. So at lathe machine, the operator what he has to do is he has to load the raw material on the machine, and after the production, after the after the manufacturing, so the finished product he has to remove from the machine, that is unloading the machine. In such an application, so the robot, how it, how it, how it does the same actions and operator actions, same actions. So how the robot has to do. So here the robot it has to pick the raw material from some point of place, and it has to carry that raw material towards the point to fix that raw material to fix the machine in the machine. And so after finishing the product, so it has to remove from the machine point to the destination point of the finishing product. Okay. So this kind of actions, which are actually known as point-to-point controllers are used to do this kind of actions. Okay, similarly for spot welding, spot welding, it randomly some specific points at some specific points to do the welding, that is known as spot welding. Okay, so this kind of operations can be done by point-to-point control robots. So here are these robots are capable of performing motion cycles, which consists of desired point locations and related actions. So here the robot is start each point, and these points are divided into the robot's control unit. So during playback, the robot is controlled to move from one point to another in the proper sequence. So point-to-point robots do not control the path taken by the robot to get from one point to the other. So whatever the path it has followed from one point to another point. So here the path is not controlled by the robot. So point-to-point it is controlled. Okay. So the applications, spot welding and loading and unloading of the plate machine and milling machine. So next, continuous path robots. See, here are the controllers which can control the path of the robot instead of point-to-point. So in which the path followed by the robot is controlled. Okay. So this is accomplished by making the robot move through a series of closely spaced points, which describe the desired point. So earlier, point-to-point control, the controller has to control the robot. Those points are which are far away from. So in between the points there is a large space, large gap. But here, continuous path robot controller. So here a series of closely spaced points. The robot moves from point to point here also, but so those points are very close to each other. So here the programmer has to specify the starting point and the end point. The control unit, it calculates the sequence of individual points so that permit the robot to follow a straight line trajectory. So this robot, so not only follows a straight line trajectory, but also follows a smooth and curved path. So nowadays, digital computers are used to control the robot. So especially in this kind of continuous path robots. So in application point of view, which are used for spray coating and arc welding applications. So here, spray coating. Suppose spray coating. So this application. So you compare this application and the earlier applications. In spot welding, point to point, the welding is done. But spray coating over a surface of the plane, spray coating has to be done. Spray coating is to be done. Okay, so the coating, there is while coating the surface, so there is no gaps from coating to coating. Okay, if it is there is gaps are there, that coating is not good. Am I right? So similarly, arc welding, arc welding and spot welding. So arc welding is a continuous welding from one point to the another point. It is a continuous weld metal is poured at the gap of two metals while joining the two pieces of metal. So, but spot welding, so it is point to point. So in between the 2 points, there is no weld. Only at points only spot welding can be done. Okay. So that is the difference for continuous path robots and point to point. So next, intelligent robots, which are upcoming robots in the future. So which are actually known as the collaborative robots. So intelligent robots not only they do work by its okay. So these kind of robots, so they can communicate with the human beings. They can communicate with the other robots. So that is the meaning of intelligent robots called collaborative robots. So here, so which are a growing class of industrial robots, which has the capability not only to play back a programmed motion cycle, but also interacts with its environment in a way that seems intelligent. Okay, so not only play back a programmed motion cycle, it can also interact with the environments which are near to it. That environment, it may be a people or it may be a another robot in the same environment. Okay. So intelligent robots can alter their program cycle in response to the conditions occurred in the workplace. So intelligent robots by itself can change the program, can change the program commands, can change the program cycle. So by its own. Okay. So no need to give program coding by an operator. So intelligent itself can change its program, can design its work cycle. Okay. So these robots can make logical decisions. So based on sensor data which have received from the operation. Okay. So by itself they can decide logical decisions. Okay. And these robots can communicate with humans or computer-based systems. Yeah. So these robots are especially used in assembling tasks and arc welding operations also. Okay, this is about intelligent robots. Okay, so this an example of intelligent robot in packaging in a building blocks of packed boxes. Okay, so here there is communication in between robot to robot here. So they yeah. So industrial robot, it is mainly in jointed arm robots. in most of the assembling applications or welding applications, spray coating applications. Now, in major applications, the industry robo is a jointed arm. So why the jointed arm robo is used in such applications? See, it has such flexibility. So it has flexibility in the work environment. It can easily perform the task, whatever the task you have to do it. So it can easily perform that task. So here I'm trying to explain. So what are the components which are involved in which are actually used to build the jointed arm rope, jointed arm industrial rope. So the main components in this are arm or manipulated components. Okay. End effectors, driving mechanism devices, controllers, and feedback devices such as sensors and transducers. So these are the 5 main components which are used in build the jointed arm rope. Okay. So what is arm and manipulator? So this the manipulator, which consists of joints and links. So joints and links, mechanical joints and links are called manipulator. So here a set of links and a set of joints which are arranged in a sequential order are called manipulator. Okay. So here you learned in theory of machines. Like that in theory of machines. So here the joints have relative motion between them. Okay. So joints which actually provide relative motion. And the links which are rigid members between joints, and various joint types you learned in theory of machines. Such joints are linear kind of joints, rotary kind of joints. Okay. So here each joint provides a degree of freedom. So 1 degree of freedom, or 2 degrees of freedom, or 3 degrees of freedom. Okay. So that depends on based of joint motion in the application. So most of robots, you consider the entire robo, industrial robo. So they possess at least 5 or 6 degrees of freedom. Industrial robots. I'm talking about industrial robots, which possess 5 or 6 degrees of freedom. Okay. So therefore, robo manipulator consists of 2 sections. Complete robo manipulator, which is divided into 2 sections. So body and arm, 1 section, and wrist assembly is another section. Very, very important. Wrist section. Okay, it has is more than 1 or 2 degrees of freedom. So at least 3 degrees of freedom which are at the wrist only. Okay. So body and arm for positioning of objects in the robot's workflow, and wrist assembly is for orientation of objects. Okay. Body and arm, that section of manipulator, it decides the position of the object in work volume. But wrist assembly, it decides the object orientation. Okay. So what orientation you want on object at work volume. So that will decide by wrist assembly. Okay. So here I would like to show you mechanical joints which are used in the industrial robot. So there are actually 5 types of mechanical joints. So same joints you have seen in the theory application. So here, those 5 types of mechanical joints, they provide two, two, two joints especially provide translational motion, and 3 joints, they provide rotary motion. Okay, so the first one is linear joint, which is denoted as Kaplan. That linear joint is denoted as Kaplan. So it can only give the motion is translation motion. The only translation motion is given by this joint. So in this joint, so let us look at the figure. Okay, so this is the figure which relates to first kind of mechanical joint. So here there are the 2 links, so input link and output link. So which are aligned to each other. Okay, so there are axis of input link and axis of output link. So they are parallel to each other at this in this joint. Okay, so the joint motion here to and fro, it is only purely translation motion. Okay, so the next kind of joint is orthogonal joint. It is denoted as a capital O. So it is again gives translational motion. So in this orthogonal joint, there are input and output links are arranged in perpendicular manner. So here, this is the figure. Okay, so the axis to the axis of input link, the axis of output link is at right angle. Okay, so it has only translation. And the third kind, so rotational joint, it is denoted as a Kepler. It only gives pure rotation. So the axis of rotation is perpendicular to input and output link axis. So here the axis of rotation, it is perpendicular to the plane of this slide, and input link axis is and output link axis are perpendicular to this axis of rotation. This axis of rotation. Okay. And there are 4 kind of joint is a twisting joint. It is denoted as a capital T. It again it gives a rotary motion. Okay. Here axis of rotation parallel to axis of links. So here axis of rotation and the axis of links are parallel. Okay. And revolving joint denoted as V. So here axis of rotation parallel to input link and perpendicular to output link. Axis of rotation is parallel to input link and perpendicular to output. So this is the thing. Okay. So these joints are very, very important in industrial robot. Okay. So come to the end effectors. So the end effectors which are actually attached to the wrist to perform a specific task which is required in application. It is the end effector is also a device which is attached to the robot's wrist. Okay. The end effectors are two types: grippers and tools. So grippers are used to hold the object. Grippers are used to hold the objects. So there are different kinds of grippers: mechanical grippers, suction cups or vacuum cups, magnetized grippers, scoops, scoops to carry. Scoops are used to carry wheels. Okay, you know hoops crane hoops. So magnetized grippers. Okay, and suction cups are vacuum cups, mechanical grippers. So here are three kinds of mechanical grippers. These three figures show the mechanical grippers. Okay. So there are sometimes the end effector which can be used for holding the tools in some applications, such as spot welding application. The tool is a spot welding gun and arc welding tools, spray painting gun, drilling spindle, grinders, wire brush, heating fractures. Okay. So this tool it is also attached to the end of the wrist. So there are driving mechanism. It is another main component in the industrial robot. So there are different driving systems which are actually drives the joints of the industrial robot. There are drive systems. There are electric drive systems, hydraulic drive systems, pneumatic drive systems. Okay, so electric drive systems which are used to actuate the individual joints. So this kind of joints this kind of drive system directly mounted on joint, mechanical joint. Okay, which drives the joint. Okay, so which is a preferred drive system in today's robots. Most of the robots, this kind of drive systems are used. Hydraulic drive system. Okay. Hydraulic drive system. This drive system uses hydraulic pistons and rotary vane actuators. So this is the hydraulic drive system. It consists hydraulic pistons and rotary vane actuators. Okay. It is noted for their high power and lift capacity. So wherever in applications we require high power and lifting capacity. So this kind of hydraulic drive systems are used. Okay. So I will discuss later in detail what are the applications, what are how to construct the hydraulic drive system. I will discuss in, in future classes. Okay. So pneumatic drive systems, which are typically limited to small robots and which are used to transform, which are used to transfer simple materials application from one point to the other. Okay. So this is the figure which shows the pneumatic driving system. Okay. So the next controller, robot controller system. So its function is supervising function. It controls all the joint motions based on feedback data from the sensors. Okay. So here in this figure you see, so there is controller in which the program is fed into the controller. According to that program, it controls the different joints in the industrial robot. There is joint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So in a 6 degree of freedom robot, there are 6 joints. Okay. Those 6 joints are controlled by this controller. So here there is a sensor which is a feedback device. It sends the information of these 6 joints. What is their present status? This sensor will send back to the information to the controller. So based on the feedback of this sensor, so again this controller controls the different joints to the required activity. Okay. Okay, sensors in robotics. Already I told you in the last slide, sensors are used as a feedback devices. So there are different kinds of sensors, tactile sensors, which are known as the touch sensors, force sensors, proximity and rail sensors. So proximity sensors means proximity sensors and rail sensors. So we will discuss in detail in next classes. Okay. Proximity sensors are in general are optical sensors, acoustical sensors, electromagnetic sensors. Okay, so there are miscellaneous sensors which are known as transducers and sensors which sense variables such as temperature, pressure, fluid flow, thermocouples, voice sensors. Okay, which sense variables. That variables are temperature, pressure, fluid flow, thermocouples, voice. So there is a camera which acts as a vision sensor. So mission vision systems, vision camera, vision sensor. So this is about so main components in industrial robot. Okay, so let us briefly discuss summary of today's lesson. In the previous class, we learned about classification of industrial robots based on coordinate system. So here the SCARO robot which was designed by the Japanese for their assembling task. Okay, so it is an example of jointed arm rope. So in today's class, we discussed about classification robots based on control systems. Limited sequence robots, playback robots with point-to-point, playback robots with continuous path, intelligent robots. So limited sequence robots, which are used in simple application, especially in pick and place application. Okay, so in this kind of robots, so there are low-level controller systems are used, such as limit switches or mechanical stops. Okay. So in this robot, there are no feedback devices. I mean sensors. There is no sensors. So playback robot. Okay, it is a programmed robot. It is a programmed robot. So based on that program, it repeats its task automatically. So there are two kinds of robots: point-to-point, continuous path. So here in this robot, the robot has been taught to the program, or to the so manually we can move the robot arm point to point. So that kind of so guiding is also required in this kind of robot. So okay. So point to point control robots. So some applications which are especially loading and unloading of the machines and smart coding. So here in this application, we need to control the robot from point to point. Okay, so in such kind of applications, the control system must be a point-to-point controller system. So continuous path robot. So the applications, spray coating and arc welding. So in those applications, the tool must move continuously from point to point, from origin point to point. Okay, here the point, the distance between 2 points is very close, almost no gap. Continuous path robot. So nowadays, to control the such kind of robots, we are using digital computers. So intelligent robots, which are upcoming robots, they are in growing stage. At present, scientists are researchers who are working on intelligent robots. Okay, which are actually known as collaborative robots. So they can communicate with humans and so nearby industrial robots. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, main components of industrial robots. So armor, manipulator, end effectors, driving mechanism, controller systems, and feedback devices. Okay, so we have discussed about the manipulator, joints and links, different kinds of joints, end effectors, different kinds of grippers, tools we have discussed. We have discussed driving systems, controller system, what is the function of controller system, and finally sensors in robot. Okay, so my dear students, do you have any doubts? Please ask. My dear students, so do you have any doubts? Please ask. So unmute yourself and ask your doubts. Yeah. 83. Number 83. Please ask your doubt. Ajad Mallikarjun 303, 302. Ajay, Sidhu, Sidhu, Sairam. So respond anyone. Oh, 74.
Present, sir.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good, good. Okay, ఇక్కడ present ఏమైనా అంటలేదు 74.
Sir.
ఏంటి మీ డౌట్ ఏంటి? హలో రోహిత్, జస్ట్ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను, ఒక ఫ్యూ మినిట్స్ 2 నిమిషాలు నేను వచ్చాను. 74. అమ్మా 74. ఇది వెళ్ళిపోయాడు ఏంటి?
సార్ చెప్పండి.
అడగండి, మీరు డౌట్ అడగండి, చెప్తాడు. మీ డౌట్ ఏమి అడగరా? మీ పేరేంటి సార్ చెప్పండి.
హర్షవర్ధన్ సార్.
హర్షవర్ధన్, గుడ్. ఓకే హర్షవర్ధన్, సో డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్?
నో సార్.
సో నిన్న లాస్ట్ క్లాసెస్ పీడిఎఫ్ షేర్ చేశాను, డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకున్నావా? హర్షవర్ధన్
సార్,
సో లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లెక్చర్ నోట్స్ షేర్ చేశాను వాట్సాప్లో, డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకున్నారా?
చేసుకున్నాను సార్.
ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్. చదివేరా?
లేదు సార్.
అలా డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటే ఎలాగో తర్వాత కదా
చదువుతారు.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ రోజు లెసన్ ఉన్నావా? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
లేదు సార్.
నెంబర్ 47 సిద్ధువా? 47 మహా క్లోజ్ చేసి 47 సిద్ధు. 47 సిద్ధుయేనా? మాట్లాడండి అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి.
హర్షవర్ధన్ సార్.
హర్షవర్ధన్ 74 కదా, 302
సార్.
హర్షవర్ధన్ 74 కదా. 47 ఎవరో? సిద్ధువా?
47 దుర్గారావు సార్. దుర్గారావు సార్.
దుర్గారావు. ఓకే, మీ లిస్ట్ ఇంకా నా దగ్గరికి రాలేదు, మీ నేమ్స్ రాసుకోవడానికి ఆ లిస్ట్ ఇవ్వలేదు నాకు. ఓకే, ఎనీవే క్లాస్ వెళ్తున్నారు అందరూ? ఏమా? హర్షవర్ధన్. ఓకే, ఏనండి, మంచి సబ్జెక్టు. అర్థం అవుతుందా అందరికీ? ఓకే, ఇది జస్ట్ థియరీయే. ఇంకా ముందు ముందు మనకి ప్రాబ్లమేటిక్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ చాలా ఎక్కువగా ఉంటాయి. ఇది థియరిటికల్ పార్ట్ కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడే నేర్చుకోండి, అది కష్టపడవలసిన అవసరం. అది ముందు ముందు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేసేటప్పుడు కొంచెం కష్టం అనిపిస్తుంది. సో ఎనీవే అందరూ జాగ్రత్త. ఈరోజు అటెండ్ అయినట్టు, ఈరోజు ఆల్మోస్ట్ 80 క్యాండిడేట్స్ అటెండ్ అయ్యారు. ఓకే, So thank you very much. I'm stopping here.